What is going on, fam? We are back with another video. Today we are talking about why you should start on 1000cc. Now I know it's a little unorthodox from what everybody tells you to start with, a 300 or even a 600, but I think I have some valid opinions on why you should start on 1000. Let's get to it. Reason numero uno. There's a lot of 1000s that are very attractive. Some manufacturers don't make a 600. For example, the BMW S1000RR. BMW doesn't make a 600RR like the CBR 1000RR or the 600RR. Like the RC8. KTM doesn't have like an RC4, 4.5. They have the 390, but it's not a 600 version. They don't have anything in between. So if you're looking for 1000 specifically, for example, if you want to start on R1, a lot of people would be like, oh yeah, you should start on the R6. You know, it's kind of the 600 of the 1000. Sure, they're completely different bikes, but you know, if you're a Yamaha fanboy and you don't want to start on 1000, you got the R6 to fall back on. Whereas if you're a S1000RR fanboy and there's no S600RR, are you going to start on like a Honda or a Yamaha? What if you really like BMW? There's really no mid sport bike that BMW manufactures. If it was me, in that case, I would just go ahead and get the 1000. Reason number two, modern day 1000cc's, they have so much electronic aids that I think, in my humble opinion, you can start on 1000cc safer today than you could maybe a decade ago when the electronics weren't as good. They make some of these 1000s so easy to ride, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but the S1000RR, again, it's such an easy motorcycle to ride. They use them at race schools in Laguna. A lot of instructors use them as teacher bikes, and the electronics not only help aid in rideability, but you can like literally tone down the power to be equal to a 600cc. Sure, like the power is still more on the 1000cc, but if you can tone it down, you can make 1000cc feel like a 600. They're just more versatile, and it's not like you could turn a 600 into a 1000, but you can do the opposite with the 1000 and make it feel like a 600. Which brings me to reason number three of why you should start on 1000 is difference in weight. A lot of people are saying, you know, start on the 300, it's lighter, it's just more nimble. I can see that. I can see that argument. If you're looking to start from a 600 or 1000, I would say just go for 1000 because the weight difference is negligible. 600 is still a lot lighter than 1000, but a lot of these 1000cc bikes are just getting really light now. This bike is crazy light. And that's what's cool about these bikes, is just the modern day 1000cc is just a light bike, man. There's really no reason why you can't manhandle a 1000cc, a modern day 1000cc these days, because they're just so light. Reason number four, if you're watching this video, then you're already considering buying a 1000cc as a starting bike. And in my mind, I'm like, if you're considering a 1000 as a starting bike, you might be pretty mature. I think a person would know if they're not ready for 1000. When I first started riding, I knew I wasn't ready for 1000, but I did not want to start on a 250. They didn't have 300s when I started riding. All they had was the Ninja 250, and I did not want to start on that bike, man. I wanted an R6. The R6 was my dream bike from when I first started, and I got it. I got the R6 and I loved it, and I'm glad I never started on the 250. Anything smaller than a 600, I'm really happy. The 600 taught me a lot. Now, that being said, my maturity level, I knew I wasn't mature enough to handle 1000. No way, especially not back in the day, man, when they didn't have electronics on all these bikes. You move on from a 600 to 1000 because you want that power. You want the power difference. You know, twist of the throttle, you got it at any gear. And that's what's cool about the 1000cc's, and it takes a mature person to say, yeah, I can handle that. And you know, it goes back to what I said. You yourself will know. So if you're thinking about hitting a 1000 as a first bike, you're probably already mature enough to know that you can handle that as a first bike. So I guess my reason number four is like, if you're already thinking about it, just go for it. Start on 1000. Jesus, I haven't seen one bike though yet, for real. reason numero 5, 1000 cc's are more comfortable in my opinion than 600s. Let me tell you why. I mentioned before that I'm very short, and a lot of the thousands that I've ridden, the seat height compared to 600s have always been lower. When I first got my CBR, my very first leader bike, I had an 08 CBR 1000 RR, and I remember coming from the R6. The R6 was so tall, and I rode that thing for so long. It was my very first bike. Then when I finally wanted to upgrade and I chose the CBR 1000, I couldn't believe how comfortable it was. Not long after, you know, I've ridden a lot of 600s in my time before my first leader bike, because, you know, a lot of my friends were riding 600s. You know, I've sat on 600 RRs, sat on Gixxer. Actually, the Gixxer the Gixxer 600 is actually a very low seat height motorcycle. My second leader bike after the Honda was a Gixxer 1000, and I loved it. It was a K7, and it was a blue and white. And not long after that, I got another one, K7, yellow and silver. And then after that, I got another one, K7, orange and black. And the Gixxers were just super comfortable. And I still think the Gixxer 1000 is a more comfortable bike than the Gixxer 600, because one, it just has so much more power. It has a higher top speed, so just cruising in lower gears is not as annoying as cruising in lower gears than a 600. In a 600, you're up top a lot of the times, and it just gets really annoying just being up there. To give you guys an example, I rode my Gixxer 1000 on my first long distance ride, and it was one of the most comfortable rides I've ever ridden. Granted, it was super uncomfortable, but for the miles we rode in one day, we did about just over 600 miles in a day, and it took about 12 hours, a lot of stops. I got a flat even. It was really comfortable compared to the R6 that I used to ride. I don't think I could do a long distance ride on the 600cc. Not me personally, just because of how the power gets delivered. Now, I'm sure you can just cruise on the 600 too, but cruising on the 600 and cruising on 1000, it's different. You can cruise a lot more comfortable on 1000cc. Just take my word for it, or don't, whatever. So my sixth and final reason why you should get 1000 over a 600 is because the 1000s just have more features. That's not always the case, but I think I found that is the case most of the time. A lot of the 1000s have, you know, auto blip, quick shifters, standard, ABS. Some of them you got like the full color LCD or TFT or whatever. The R1 versus the R6, for example. R1 is a full color display, whereas the new R6 has the old R1's display, and I think it's analog versus digital. It has a lot more traction control. The R1 does. The R1 has the 6-axis IMU. I don't think the R6 has it. It's just a better package overall. And in terms of value, I think you're getting more value. You're getting more value out of the 1000cc because it'll hold its value longer. I don't think the depreciation on a 1000cc is as high as it is on a 600. Say you bought an R1 brand new and an R6 brand new, and then there's going to be a price difference. I think the 1000cc will depreciate a lot slower than the 600cc will. But that's just my opinion. But I think I've been buying and selling motorcycles long enough to know this. So, take my word for it, or don't. Whatever. So I've been thinking about selling this bike. Reason being, I've been street riding a lot, making vlogs for you guys, and I've been enjoying it. I've been having a lot of fun, and you know, it's a shame that this bike is just not a comfortable street bike. It's great for short riders, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I'm old, man. I've been riding these things for forever, and I just feel like, I don't know, I've had my time on them, and it's time for something more comfortable, man. Now, I could always turn it into a street fighter and ride it on the streets, and then convert it back to a race bike style into a super bike whenever I feel like hitting the canyons or hitting the track. I mean, even as a street fighter, I can canyon this bike. I can probably canyon ride this bike better in a street fighter conversion than I could in the super bike conversion. The problem is, do I want to keep doing that? Do I want to convert the bike back and forth from a street bike, from a super fighter? Oh, that's a cool name, super fighter. It's like a super bike, but it's a street fighter. You get it? That is a cool name. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna call it a super fighter. From a super fighter to a super bike. That's my only dilemma right now. If I sell it, you know, it's worth enough. I can get enough money selling this bike and buy a dedicated 600cc track bike and buy a street bike. I mean, this is a street bike, but I mean like a more streetable motorcycle. What would I get? I would get like, I don't know, something light. Maybe like an FZ09 or even an FZ10. FZ10's a heavy bastard, but once you get it going, it's actually pretty nimble. Let me know what you guys think. I know you guys love the Panigale. Should I keep it and do like, find a way to do a conversion, like a quick conversion? I know they make this these clip-ons that are like adjustable. I forgot who makes them, but you can make it more upright so it's a little bit more comfortable. I think if I was like more comfortable on this bike, I think it'd be a no-brainer. Like I would keep it and just convert it from a super bike to a super fighter. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you guys think I should sell it, keep it, and convert it every time I want to switch back from track days to I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's summer already, but it's alright because we got this nice cozy fire. I got my date, Carlitos.
First date, kind of nervous.
First date? Oh, okay. It's okay, man. Like, I don't bite hard. Okay, let's answer some questions. A lot of questions I've been getting. There was this weird question, like, this dude's like, how many people live in your house? And I was like, what? I think that, okay. Sure, 20 people live in my house.
What have you got? Did you write them down?
It's hot, dude. Like, what do you do for a living? What do I do for a living? School. School is what I do for a living. What do you do for a living? School. So we're both veterans, and we are both living off of the GI Bill. So, if you don't know what the GI Bill is, you're probably not American.